Talk about white-splaining. She's going, you do realize that representation matters.
Right.
Like, as a black, they hired you because you were black. She's like, let me try and put this in ways you can, maybe you can understand. Hey! You know, man, you were hired because you're black, right? Because the coach ain't not enough coach's representation. Do you agree? And what he really wanted to say was, bitch!
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach, Todd Bowles, he's black.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So he's a black head coach in the league, which there's not a whole lot of those, and he's being asked some questions by reporters after playing against another black head coach, Tomlin, in Pittsburgh.
Yes, and then he gets white-splained by a female reporter.
Yes.
Oh.
Have you seen this?
I've
never seen anything more patronizing.
Yeah,
It's really, you're going to have to watch some of this through your fingers, but just keep in mind, this is what the left believes, and occasionally it slips. Here it is.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your relationship is like with them and your thoughts on Steve Wilks joining that fold.
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just know each other. I have a lot of very good white friends that coach in this league as well, and I don't think it's a big deal as far as us coaching against each other. I think it's normal.
Listen to the follow-up from another reporter.
Do a good job. Hopefully he does it. And we coach ball. We don't look at color.
But you also understand that representation matters too, right? And that when young aspiring coaches or even football players,
your merit doesn't mean anything.
Someone that looks like them, maybe grew up like them, that has to mean something.
Well, when you say you see you guys and look like them and grow up like them, it means that we're oddballs to begin with. And I think the minute you guys stop making a big deal about it, everybody else will as well.
Let me what she should have said was talk about white-splaining. She's going, you do realize that representation matters.
Right.
Like, as a black, they hired you because you were black. She's like, let me try and put this in ways you can, maybe you can understand. Hey! You know, man, you were hired because you're black, right? Because the coach ain't not enough coach's representation. Do you agree? And what he really wanted to say was, bitch!
Start rubbing his brow like
into your monologue. He's like,
you do know that representation, right? Well, thanks for letting me know, white bitch. I appreciate it.
It's like you're going to be really happy to find out that a lot of the players are black.
Yes.
Well, that's what they say. They're like, oh, the ownership's just keeping black coaches out because they don't like black people. I'm like, have you looked at the roster?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people on that roster that are not white, and that's perfectly fine with them.
Yeah, it's like you think that Larry Bird called the Bill Lamb beer. That's it.
Yeah. He used to talk mad trash, Larry Bird, and black guys loved it. They were like, oh, he was hard to guard just because he would talk all this trash.
Oh, so did Bill Lambier. Yeah, part of the Bad Boys. They're just a complete... You just talk about how rich his dad was and piss people off.
Can we acknowledge genetics as it relates to, as it relates racially when it comes to athleticism? Like, the better black people tend to be very good at a lot of these sports.
It's a
meritocracy.
Look,
exactly.
Dominicans seem to be way better at baseball than anybody.
Yeah, well, that's often because their dad places them in a closet and beats them for weeks on end.
Hey, whatever
21,
works.
Yeah, they're 21.
They're in a 2 for 20 slump.
You mean the Tiger Woods strategy?
Yes. You do understand that representation matters. And this is going to bring us into the John Oliver thing. It is largely white women, unfortunately, white women who are pushing this crap. What happened to take a back seat and listen to black women? Because when it relates to trans issues, as it relates to sports issues, guess what? They don't share the same opinion as a lot of white women. That is everything that is wrong with America, is what she just said.
Yes, he's one of 3 black head coaches in the league right now, or there's 2 at least, and I think she had mentioned somebody else joining the fold. I think he got another head coaching job. 3, and you just told the guy who should care about this the most what he should think about it.
Right.
He told you, like, I kind of feel like you guys are making a big deal out of something that we don't really think a whole lot about. And you're like, oh, no. You're not in any position to understand what this means for somebody. Like, I'm the black head coach in the NFL. I'm the only person in the room that can understand what it means to be here. And you're telling me I don't?
Yeah.
Dude, I've met black head coaches, and I like the NFL, and I didn't even know that statistic until just now when she brought it up.
Right. Well, here's
I never
the thing.
thought about it.
We have a new Harvard-Harris poll shows that only 6% of Americans said that race relations were a priority issue. And it's usually a priority issue with suburban white women.
Yes. They make up 5.9% of the 6%.
Yes. I don't know how you get out of this. If it's, hey, if you're colorblind, it's racist. So everything has to be about race.
What I hated about that clip, though, she's talking down to him.
Yeah.
Like the tone in her voice, just, you do realize that this matters. It's like, no, I don't. I make a lot of money because I worked really hard to be here.
You do realize that racial representation is like, Oh, hold on. Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, master. I didn't quite understand. Oh, that you gonna read, man? Oh, yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah.
She's like,
He just starts
you
soft
guys.
shoeing.
Yeah.
He's like, is this better for you, bitch?
Yes. It's better for you. You want me to start reciting lines from the help? Oh, whoa. I would just love for a guy to do that because that's what he's thinking.
Oh, of course.
He's on this bitch.
Well, I just love that he holds his head, which is the best F
like,
you. He's
yes.
just like, oh. He's like, I just said it.
Yes.
I just answered his question.
And let me just point out, he did it very calmly, but he's like, and you said you guys and those people and grew up like them. Did you hear yourself say that? If I was any other person, I'd be like, what, you guys, and how did I grew up in Bel Air. Yeah. What are you talking about, lady?
Did he?
No.
I have no idea.
No, but who knows? I mean, she's guessing, I
Because he's
bet.
black, he grew up poor in rural Alabama? Like that, I don't know.
Right.
Like, come on.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.